Hello and welcome back to the channel. So today I want to get started on a sort of unexpected project, something I wasn't planning on, but an opportunity presented itself and well, I jumped on it. So here it is. This is a cabinet with some drawers. And so how I came about this was about once a week. I usually go into my local Home Depot first thing in the morning just to see what kind of deals they have, clearance deals. And a few days ago, I found this. Here's the price. So yeah, for me, that was something I didn't want to pass up on. If you're gonna build drawer slides alone, even cheap ones, they're gonna run you about $40 for 3 sets. So that's half the cost already of what half the price of what this cost. And so that was a no-brainer for me to go ahead and just grab this. I was not planning on building anything more for the workshop right now, but I know that I need more drawers, and I was going to at some point build some more drawer space in there, and so this just happened to, you know, push that forward now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this unboxed, and then I'm going to kind of figure out what I want to do with it. Most likely, I'm going to be building a smallish desk, and so basically it'll just be like a countertop to go over this, and a small countertop. It's not going to be big, and just a couple legs on the side, and basically the countertop will attach to the top of this, and then that'll be it. So I want to get this unboxed and kind of figure out where I want this to go in the workshop, and then I got to kind of figure out if I've got wood here to do this or if I need to buy some, that sort of thing. So let's get this unboxed and we can go from there. Want to take a look? So the color doesn't really matter to me. I mean, I think this is a shaker style, and that doesn't really matter. I mean, this is not being matched to anything, you know. Drawers need some adjustment, but that's to be expected. Bottom one actually works. So yeah, pretty basic. In my opinion, the original price of this being $320 is pretty absurd, but that's the cost of things nowadays is absurd for the build quality. But $80, this is fine for $80. I just would never have spent $320 on this. That's just ridiculous, like I said. Just prefab cabinets like this, I'm just not a fan of. So they work, but that's all I'll say about it. So at any rate, let's everything looks okay in here, and from what I can tell, like I said, this top drawer is really tight. It needs to be adjusted, but that's not a big deal. Now I just want to decide if I can. Okay, cardboard. Guess that one's not closing right now. I need to figure out where this is gonna go. I've got sort of an idea, and I was thinking possibly right in here. The cabinet would go on the right, and then just a small desk and a couple legs on the left. Other than that, I mean, there's not really a good spot in here to put it. If I didn't have this, it would go good right there, but I have this, so there's not really anywhere else in here that I could go, and I don't really need or want it inside the house, so it'll be best out here because I need, having extra drawers out here will be nice. So this is pretty much the only spot for it in here. Like I guess it could go in this room, maybe somewhere in here, but I think it'll be more useful in there. So I'm thinking this spot, and so that's why I need to kind of figure out the measurements, how long this desk needs to be. I think the cabinet is 24 deep. Yeah, so with the cabinet itself's 24, which should be the countertop as well. The with the drawer faces, it's gonna be about 25. So 24-inch deep top, and then I think this is 18 is what it said. Yeah, 18 width. So really, I don't want it going all the way to here, because obviously I'm still using that area. So let's see. Move some stuff out of the way. So the cabinet itself's 18. Probably 36 seems like a good round number. And that would basically go all the way almost to here. And that would give plenty of room to get stuff in and out over there. So I think 36 is what I'm gonna go with total for the top. So that means I'm gonna need boards that are 36 inches long. And I don't know that I have any like good ones. How long is this? These, okay, yeah, these are 32, so those wouldn't even work. Yeah, I really don't want it out of plywood. I mean, I guess obviously I could do it out of plywood. I don't have any here, I'd have to buy some. But I'd prefer to do it out of solid wood. Just because, let me see if I have anything out here. Doubt it. No. So this is all going to be 32 or less. So I'll definitely need to buy something. I need to decide on what I want to build the top out of. Like I said, I don't think I want plywood. I think I want it to be solid wood of some sort, whether that be pine or oak or whatever. I'm not sure yet. So I will probably, I'm going to take some time off, off camera, and I'm going to decide on what I want to build the top out of. 36 inches by 24, and then 2 legs of some sort as well. And I'm pretty sure I want to do it out of something besides pine, just to have something pretty nice. But we'll see. I'm planning on taking a trip to the lumber yard, not Home Depot, but an actual lumber yard this week, and so I'm going to see what I can find there, if there's anything reasonably priced, or maybe they'll have some kind of deal. So I've seen some deals on their website before. I just don't know what they've got going on now, so I will check that out and bring you back when I have something more. All right, I am super happy, beside myself. I just got back from the lumberyard, first time I've ever been there, and the local one. It's about a 30-minute drive for me. And I'm showing you this because I didn't want to spoil it right away, but I've got a bunch of boards here, various different species, and I am super excited to be able to work with a bunch of wood that I haven't been able to work with before. I'm sure, as many of you know, Home Depot has, or Lowe's, they've got poplar, they've got oak, and even that selection is rather meh, I would say. So it's not great. It's great for starting out, for sure, but I've been working with that lumber for many years now, and I've been ready for a long time to get some different species and just start branching out and be able to work with thicker woods and do different things. So recently I picked up this guy, and this is a planer jointer combo. Eventually I am going to be getting a standalone planer, it just wasn't a top priority. You know, the jointer planer is really the jointer is the top priority for me, and so this will handle up to 8" and 8" wide, and so this will be great for starting out. And like I said, I do plan on getting a planer soon-ish, either that or one of those power sanders, the roller. You know, you send it through and it sands it. It's kind of like a planer. It's just a giant sander, basically. But that's future. I'm not sure when in the future, but at any rate, I've got this. I've used it a few times, not a whole lot. And so, but yeah, now this gives me the ability to actually, you know, go to a lumberyard and use lumberyard wood, because this is all rough sawn stuff. So this is not stuff that you can, you know, just throw on a table saw, or, you know, you can cut it on a miter saw if you want to cut a certain length. But I mean, this is not stuff that you can really do any projects with in current raw form. You've got to get the edges and everything flat and smooth. So now that I can do that on all of these, or on up to 8" wide, I went to the lumberyard today and spent some money, and I am, just like I said, I am super excited and cannot wait to start doing some stuff. I've got plans for a lot of this already. It's, you know, I mean, this is like months worth of work, because this is not my full-time. I can't do this full-time. I've got a full-time job. This is kind of a hobby side gig kind of thing, so I do it in my spare time. And so this will be months of projects right here that you see. So these are all the cutoffs. I did not, when I went to go pick this up, I just brought my car. I didn't bring a trailer. And so I've got a trailer, I just didn't bring it this time. So I had everything cut at maximum 7 feet. Some of this stuff was slightly shorter, so it fit fine. So these are all like the cutoffs, scraps, but just to show you some of them. This is some bird's eye maple. And almost all of this is 4/4. There's a few that are 6/4 or 8/4, but most of this is 4/4, which is going to be, you know, mostly what I'll be using, at least starting out, is 4/4. So that's what I wanted. So this is some regular hard maple here, more hard maple there, and this is some red cedar. I got a few different kinds of red cedar. I got some wider ones. These are 8" and these are 4". And this is going to be sweet. I'm going to make, one of the first projects I'm going to do is I'm going to make a Lazy Susan, and it's going to be using some of this cedar. And this is more maple. And I don't know what I'm going to do with these cutoffs. I mean, there's a million things I can do with them, so we'll be figuring that out over time. Here's some red oak right here. So these are some nice, beautiful pieces. And once you clean it up with the planer, they'll look even better. And then there's some more cedar down there on the bottom of that stack. All right, so we went through all of that. Here is, let's move this. We got some cherry right here, and this was actually surprisingly cheap. I did not realize this was gonna be so cheap. I mean, this is one of the cheapest species in there was this cherry, and it's beautiful. So I've got 3 of those. Here's another one here. That one's a little more white. And then this one here, this is some 6/4 mahogany, and they had this on sale. It was 20% off, so I got a big one of those. And this is probably going to be used to make some legs for that workbench. That's going to go with this, these drawers. So I'm thinking mahogany, 2 mahogany legs, and that's going to tie into some of these other boards over here I'm about to show you. So that's the mahogany. And of course the plans may change. That's just what I'm thinking for right now. Oak. These are some nice, about 7.5" wide pieces of oak right here. Let me get this clamp off of here. I just did that so that wouldn't fall. And right here, we can see some dark wood. And that is some beautiful we get walnut. I knew that was gonna happen. All right, let me set you down really quick and move these boards. Okay, now that the oak is over there, not trying to fall constantly, get a better look. This is some gorgeous walnut. Oh, it's gonna be so nice to make something out of that. I do not know what I'm gonna make out of it yet. I don't have any plans for it. I just know that when I went there, I knew that I wanted walnut because walnut is just, I love it. So that's some 4/4. This is some 6/4 walnut. Or actually, no, this is 8/4 walnut. Yeah, that's what that is. So the 8/4 is possibly going to be used to make trim. I'll just have to see. But what I would do is cut it. Once I get it all cleaned up, I would cut it on a table saw strips this way and make like maybe 1-inch strips for trim. But we'll see. That would go like trim for around a desk or something, like on the edge. But like I said, that's I'll figure that out. Let's see if I can move that a little bit. This is some more cedar. So I got some I think 8-inch wide cedar and then some 4-inch. And by 8 it's like 7 1/4. One of them 7 1/4, the other one is about 8 inches wide. So that's cedar there, and like I said, cedar, these are I'm going to use to make a Lazy Susan and then something else. I'm not sure what yet. And of course, being cedar, the whole room smells like it, and I love it. I love that smell. All right, and this is some more of that bird's eye maple, and it's a very popular species, and I'm sure many of you have seen it before for obvious reasons, because it is gorgeous when it's not even finished, and when you finish it, especially with an oil-based finish, it just pops. All those little grain dots in there just pop, and it just looks amazing. I mean, look at the edge of it, all those grain dots. It's a beautiful wood. Same thing, I mean, even regular maple, which is this right here, it's this regular hard maple, it just looks great to me. I love it. So this hard maple, this is all the same. They're just different widths. That's all going to be used for the top. I'm pretty sure I'm going to use it to make the top of that desk over there. That's going to go over the top of that those drawers. So I'm thinking, join these together with biscuit joiner and make the top. I think I agreed 36 inches was the width, and so 36 inches. And then possibly mahogany legs, one of each of those, and then they'll need some cross supports. I'm not sure what I'm going to build those out of. Possibly just use poplar for that, for like the cross support underneath. Then I'm going to attach here and go across. Most likely, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach a board here along this side. On the inside, maybe. I haven't fully decided yet, but basically I want a really solid area here that I can attach down to this, and of course I'm going to put brackets in it and screw in some brackets as well, but I want a really solid attachment to this side, and because my guess is most likely the rest of this table, the way I'm building it, it's going to outlive this thing. This is kind of particle board, and these kind of cabinets, it should last a while. It doesn't get wet or damp or anything in here, so it should last a while. But like I said, hardwood is going to outlast this. So I mean, this could last my lifetime, but for sure the hardwood's going to outlast this this drawer piece. So at any rate, I wanted it to be able to be taken off of this and used elsewhere in the future if needed, or if I wanted to, if I get tired of this drawer for whatever reason. And so, yeah, that's kind of the plan. But yeah, the maple top and mahogany legs, and then possibly, like I said, the poplar cross braces. So that's sort of the plan now. I've got to figure out where I'm going to put all this wood. I do have space up there on my new racks. I just don't know if I have enough space up there for all of this, but a bunch of these are going to start getting processed soon, like this maple. So those won't need to go up there. The bird's eye maple is not going to be processed yet. I don't know what I'm going to use that for. I just know I wanted one. There was a lot more there I wanted to. This was enough for now. This is a lot. So at any rate, I'm going to work on putting this away and figuring out where we are going to move on to next. So stay tuned. Welcome back. So I have the maple here, and you just saw me cut it on the chop saw. And this is rough maple that I got from the lumber yard, so it's not processed yet. We're about to do that right now. But I wanted to get them cut to approximate length, and so it's easier to handle because this is not a huge jointer that I have, and so doing full 7-foot long boards on this will be too difficult for me. I could build, in feet, out feet tables, all that mess. That's future state possibilities. Right now, I don't have all that, so it was important to get these cut to 36 inches. And so I do realize that with it being rough lumber, it's possible I'll have to retrim those ends. That's fine. Don't really care. If the table is slightly less than 36, that's no big deal to me. So now that those are cut, I should only need 4 pieces because one of those boards was about 7 inches and the other board was about 6. So 4 of those total should be approximately 24 inches. Again, we can dial that in if needed later on. But for now, I want to get started. We're going to process this and get it finished to where it can be used, and we can go from there. that gets all pieces the same thickness, and of course all the sides are flat and parallel and all that. So that was some hard maple. And one of those boards was extremely bowed. It took what felt like 100 passes on the jointer. But we should be ready. And I do know that one of these has a little bit of a issue on the bottom, just from where the tree was, see? But that'll just be on the bottom side. I'll put that on the bottom side of the table so it won't be an issue. And I cut enough off of it on the table saw to where there should be enough to get some biscuits in there. You know, this should be good enough for that. And oh, those black lines are just from grease on the planer, so that'll come off with sanding. Probably lots of sanding, I don't know. Hopefully not too bad, but this will be the first big project I'm putting together with that combo unit, so we will see how difficult it is to get all that out, but it is what it is. So let's get this put on the table and see how it's going to look. Alright, I got all the pieces lined up. So we're 36, like I said, and here we're looking at a little over 24 and a half. So actually that piece I just showed, you should all be, yeah, perfect. That piece I just showed, I could probably go ahead and cut the rest of that off just to make it a nicer joint when I go to do that. Where's it at? And now I can't find it. There it is. It was facing out, so I never saw it. I was just looking on the inside pieces. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, so it wouldn't be a perfect, it wouldn't get rid of all of it, but it would get rid of most of it. So that would probably be a good idea. The other thing I could do, let me see how much I've got to work with. So if I want this exactly 24, it would be about 5/8, between 5/8, a little over 5/8 of an inch that I could take off. So there's another defect too, and it's on the same board. The edge right there is kind of dented. So I could cut that off. So there's a couple options I can do. So this piece wouldn't matter at all if I just had it on the outside like it is now, and then there's no joint to you know, for it to mess up. There's no biscuit or anything going on that end. The only thing that could possibly go on that end would be like a piece of trim, and that's no big deal. So the trim could attach to that just fine. So what I could do is just cut this little bit off, which that's probably like 1/4 of an inch at most. Yeah, it's pretty much exactly 1/4 of an inch. So I could cut 1/4 of an inch off of that. And then the rest of these look pretty much perfect, so they're not going to be a problem as far as that goes. So if I cut 1/4 inch off of that, and I said it was like, so we would be just under 24 and a half, which may be good. It would give us a little bit overlap on that cabinet if I wanted it. So I'm gonna think about that, and I think I will get rid of this at the very least. That'll be a good idea, because that's not too much to cut off. It's only 1/4 of an inch. So let me do that, and I will think that that's probably gonna be good enough. But I'll bring it back and let you know. Alright, after that cut, we're at about 24 and 5/16. So I think that's gonna be perfect. And look good. just slightly past the where the cabinet ends on the front, on the face. So I think that'll look good. So I'm not going to bother. This will be on the outside, one of the outside pieces that aren't joined, and the rest of this will get biscuits and glue, and it'll be a solid work tabletop forever, probably for a long time at least. I did notice, I've kind of expected that some of these will need to get trimmed just by like maybe just this one, a 1/16 of an inch, and that's just because I cut it on the miter saw when everything was rough, so that they wasn't like perfect, but I knew that was going to happen. Again, I did not want to cut, or I did not want to use 7-foot boards on this. It was a struggle just doing these on this, these 36-inch long ones, so I would not want to do anything longer than 36. I think that's probably like the max I'll ever do with this thing, unless it's softwood. Like hardwood, definitely not, but the softwoods, like there's some cedar up there, I'd probably feel confident doing a little bit longer of a piece of that, but definitely not this. Like, this was difficult to handle. So we got a lot of wood chips and slivers in there. I wonder if this thing, let's see how full this is. I'm curious. I've been running this thing quite a bit yesterday and today. Oh, that's right, I can't, gotta unhook it. Okay, I can't do this one-handed. 1 second. Let's get you in the stand. I know, I'm having squirrel moments. That's just how I am. I jump around. I know I got this on. I guess I had to tilt it. There we go. It barely fits under there, but it fits, so that's a good oh, wow. I believe we are full. Just a little bit. Just a little full there. Yeah? Okay. So I wonder how full the, that's a 16-gallon vacuum, so I'm not too worried about that. This is probably not super full, I wouldn't imagine, but we can pull that out. Let me get this table moved out of the way and we'll do that. Oh man, honestly, I am surprised at how full this is. It's not completely full, but it's pretty dang full. And look at that. I'd say it's in need of emptying. Holy cannolis. That's a lot of wood chips. And yeah, I'm actually shocked. This is my first time using a planer, jointer planer. So like I said yesterday and today, I have processed quite a bit of wood. It just didn't seem like it was this much. So we do have a little bit of room in there, but I'd say that's pretty full. And that's, like I said, that's a 16-gallon vacuum. So yeah, we did take quite a bit off of those. We've got some cedar up here I jointed and planed, and there's also a bunch of the cutoffs, or actually all of the cutoffs are also done. I stacked them up here, so all of that was done between yesterday and today. We got these 5 pieces here. This, all that back there is not touched yet, and a few pieces here. That's oak. Those 2 pieces of oak, not all of this, those 2 I did. What else? Is that it? Again, like I said, it doesn't seem like it was like that much wood that I processed. I still have a piece over here that I need to do at some point, but I haven't done it yet. So yeah, that's it. Doesn't seem like it would be that much, but apparently it is. So anyways, now that we've gotten completely off track here, I'm done for today, but we will be picking this back up soon, where I will be biscuit joining this together And well, first I'll probably make sure they're all exactly the same length, obviously. I do have a hand planer. I could, fix that but it's just easier to do it now. So make sure they're all trimmed the same length. And then we'll get the old biscuit joiner out, and that'll be the next step.